Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is just a quick one. In the last stream that I did for my Not So Very challenge, I said that I was going to go ahead and do some renovations to his house, just to add a bit more clutter and a little bit more lived-in vibe to the house. So that's what this is. So like I said, it's just a quick video. It's only a sort of like, I think it's like 10 minutes. But I thought I'd start in the kitchen, because one, it just seems the most sparse, but to me, like, a kitchen is the thing that's like the most busy normally when you're there. So I decided to start on the kitchen. I didn't really know where I was going with it at first. I did know that I wanted cabinets in there that I'd been avoiding putting in for a very long time. So I started there, and then I wanted a decent light to go in here. And I found these lights, which I believe are base game. I think they were added in with an update, and I love them. I absolutely love them, and I think they really fit this space really, really well. I think I changed the colour to a black as opposed to like this reddy coppery colour, and I changed out that little box because I didn't like it. The more that I looked at it, the more that it was irritating me. So I changed it out completely. This was doing my head in, like sorting out the extractor. So I believe what I do is delete the window, put smaller windows in either side of the cooker, because then I can put the range hood that I'm currently placing down, I can put it there without it looking weird, and put cabinets above it. So that's basically what I did in the end. I thought it looked better, to be fair, because it meant we could have that range hood, and I could put like the big cabinet there and it would look okay, and put other stuff. Apologies for the way that I'm working the camera. Sometimes I just forget how to use the Sims when I'm playing, especially when I'm building, because I don't build as much really. I think I forget like that messing with the camera is just going to mess it up even more. So I wanted to put like a bar here at first. He has got one upstairs, but I thought I'd put in another one, but I couldn't find one that really gelled with me. I almost wanted to put like a backing in, but they were all too big, so I ended up going with this globe bar, which I quite like the idea of anyway, because it just means that he's just got a space to grab a drink. If he's got like visitors over there, he can too. So that's what I went with. And then I put like a shelving unit there with a couple of clutter items on it. And I really liked that vibe. It just added a little bit more storage into the space. Not that he needs it, because it's a bloody huge kitchen. But I just thought it added a little bit of something. And this one has the plates and the bowls in it, so I thought that was quite apt for the kitchen. And then I just went through trying to find a load of clutter to put everywhere. I tried to find clutter that was obviously kitchen based, but also some sort of decoration piece, especially in here. I went with that food bowl, like for the cat. I know it's a cat that he has and not a dog, but neither of the like the chewy sweet jars look like they're made for a cat, but I don't care. I put it in there anyway, because then at least it looks like the cat's got something. But I just sort of tried to keep his vibe in mind. He's like that loving, like out there kind of guy, and I feel like some of his artwork, some of his like clutter items sort of reflect that. The more that I find, if I find it and I want it to go somewhere else, I just leave it out and then figure it out after. I do go on and sort out where these things go. It does look a little bit crazy before I do it. Obviously I'm doing that now. And also I do that with the cabinet clutter as well. So you will see me put it all out on the floor, but I do move it and change it and put it into the right space. Yeah. If you don't already have this shelf, I do recommend it. I very rarely use it, but I really, really liked using it in this. And I realised now why it's so popular, because it meant that I could put things exactly where I wanted them and I didn't have to worry. It doesn't look like I faff too much with this clutter stuff because it's sped up, but I had a little bit of an issue because I had to try and figure out how and what I was going to put where and all that kind of good stuff, and then adjust the placement on the counters. I think at a certain point I got frustrated with the lights and I moved them so that I can see, because it's stressing me out that there's lights in the way every time I'm trying to look at something. So at a certain point I think I do that. I realised that milk was too big. I think that's why I moved it. But I realised there's quite a lot of clutter items that I do actually like, and I very rarely actually clutter up my spaces. I think it's because a lot of the time I'm playing as opposed to building, so I get caught up on I just want to play, and then I end up not building. But I think if I'm ever going to do any renovations or like changes to houses, I'll do it this way and like edit it off stream and post a speed build to my YouTube if you want to see it. But then it's not actually there. I move the lights. But then you guys don't have to sort of watch the thought process and me take too long on the stream to build a house, because that's not what the gameplay is for. But yeah, so like I said, all the clutter items that I used, at first I was like, oh, I'll just put these there, and then I realised that actually it could do with the kettle. So I gave him a kettle, and it kind of tied in with the tea and stuff like that. So I gave him some mugs around. It doesn't strike me as the type of guy that puts these mugs and stuff away. I wanted his spaces in his kitchen to be quite cluttered, because I feel like that's the kind of vibe that he is. And I kind of wanted to give him like these, I forgot what the pack's called. The one with like the pizza making stuff in it. I wanted to give him those things because I feel like that's just his vibe. And I might make him make more pizzas. I forgot about that thing. But then I also didn't give him a pizza maker, which seemed stupid. For a short period of time, I wasn't sure about putting this next to the sink. But then I just did it anyway. I just left it anyway because I actually quite liked it once I was done. And the kitchen just looks so much better now that it's cluttered up. Finding a fruit bowl for the middle of this table. I'm pretty sure there is another fruit bowl other than the 3 that I found. But I did it from searching because I couldn't figure it out. And then I just got stressed. So I put the same one there. So in the end, you end up with the exact same fruit bowl anyway. But I really like the way that the kitchen turned out. Yeah, I think I was about to put a picture here and then I got distracted by the alarms. So I do them and I place them. I do come back and put a picture above that that shelving unit in the kitchen, and realised I had to do the hallway because it deleted all my CC. That was the main focus of this really, because I deleted all my CC from my game. So I had to go through and re-put things places. The majority of this video is me doing the kitchen, I have to say. I do a little bit in the bedroom, not too much, but a little, which you will see in a moment. But I wanted this to just feel a bit more cluttered, a bit more lived in. The living room I didn't touch, just because, I don't know, I quite like how it is. It is still quite simple, there's not as much going on, but I don't mind the living room. It was mainly the kitchen and the bedroom that were falling short for me. I really like that picture, didn't even know it existed. So I used that in here, and he seems like the type that would have a half-naked lady on his wall. So I put it in there. Like I said, I added a few things to this hallway, just a seat and a rug for the front of the door and for outside the front of the door, just to make it a little bit more lived in. I think I put a plant in as well next to the umbrella stand, just to sort of tie it all together. I looked for ages for a chaise longue, and I don't know where they are in the catalogue. So that's why I ended up in the end with the bench seat from, I believe it's Businesses and Hobbies. This one. I quite liked it. It was modern, normal, plain. So that's why I went with that one. The plant situation was irritating me. Every time I pick up a plant, it's always a small one. But that's basically all I do other than the rugs in this area, just to give it sort of that thing. I was going to put a bigger rug in here, and you see me put that down, but then I changed my mind because I preferred the way that it would look with a welcome mat. So I put this like cool zebra pattern one, which I quite enjoyed putting there. And then we move upstairs to the bedroom. I did initially change out these doors, and I was going to put different ones in, but then I just moved the wall because I like the doors. So I just moved the wall, and it didn't matter to the space so much. So I did that so that I could put these doors back in. So I removed the doors to put them back. But that's all I sort of did there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I do. I do add a couple of clutter items in this bedroom. I put a bench at the bottom of the bed, a chest in there too, which I really, really like. I think it's from the Life and Death pack. Didn't want it sort of to look like it was functional. I wanted it to be more of a side table. So I put like a bust on there and something else on there. But yeah, I just clutter up this space, put a couple of pictures on the wall, and I really liked how it turned out. I think it adds a little bit more life to the bedroom, to the house in general. And I hope you guys like it. So for the last bit of the voiceover, I just want to thank everyone that has followed me over on Twitch, who is subscribed to me here, and the views that I got on my last video were incredible. I will be back with the mansion build soon. I'm just still trying to figure out sort of the interior layout and figuring out how I'm going to edit that. But I really appreciate you guys watching my videos and coming to stream. I do have a Discord now, which I have now linked down in my bio. So please follow that link and join us over there. It's just a fun little place where we can all hang out. And I will leave you with the rest of this video. It's just got about a minute left on it. And I hope you have an amazing day. Love you all. Thank you all. Goodbye.